LeBron James. His career arc doesn't follow the usual climb, peak, and decline. It's 4 different peaks that somehow never really dipped. Starting with the Cavaliers, his first run wasn't just a promising start. He was already putting up over 30 points per game in his 3rd season. He grabbed back-to-back MVPs and carried a franchise to 60-plus wins in back-to-back years before even turning 26. Then came the Heat years. That phase turned him from a freakish scorer into a machine. He locked down 2 MVPs, 2 championships, and finals MVPs while stuffing every box score like it owed him money. His numbers stayed wild, but the efficiency, off the charts. That's when the game slowed down for him. He stopped just running through defenders and started outthinking them too. Then came the return to Cleveland. That title run in 2016, legendary. He led everybody in every major stat over that 7-game final series. Not one player in league history's ever done that. Not only was he still dominating physically, he became one of the smartest playmakers on the floor, playing all 82 games in year 15 while leading the league in minutes. That's not normal. And now somehow, he's doing all this past 40, leading in all-time scoring, blowing past 50,000 total points, and still averaging near 27 points per game. He's played 23 seasons. That's never happened. Most players barely get 10 years in. LeBron's career isn't a single peak, it's a mountain range. Different heights, different shapes, but all of them at the top. Michael Jordan. His career arc wasn't just legendary, it was completely unpredictable. Drafted 3rd overall in 1984, he dominated right away. But after leading Chicago to 3 straight titles, he suddenly retired in October of 1993. His father had been murdered that July, and Jordan said he'd lost his drive to play. He walked away at his peak and picked up a bat instead. With the Birmingham Barons in Double-A, he hit just over 200 with 30 steals, 3 home runs, and more than 100 strikeouts in 436 at-bats. Then came the famous facts. I'm back, March 18th, 1995. After 17 months, he returned wearing number 45. The Bulls went 72-10 the next season, the best record in league history at that time. Then came another 3 championships. By the time he retired again in January of 1999, he had 6 titles and 2 separate three-peats. But he wasn't done. In September 2001, he came back again, not as a Bull, but as a Wizard. At 38, he played through injuries, missing 22 games the first season, but still averaged 20 points per game the next year. He even put up over 6 rebounds and nearly 4 assists. His final game came in April 2003. That wrapped up 15 total NBA seasons across 2 franchises and 3 separate runs. From scoring titles to baseball, front office duties to comeback games in a different jersey, Jordan's path was full of strange turns. He left at his best, came back better, left again, and somehow returned once more at nearly 40 and still made it count. No one else had a timeline like that. Ben Simmons. His career arc started with expectations sky high and twisted in ways few predicted. After being drafted 1st overall in 2016, he missed his entire rookie season with a foot injury. But once he stepped on the court in 2017, the numbers came fast. Rookie of the Year, all-rookie first team, nearly 16 points, over 8 rebounds, and more than 8 assists per game. A 6'10" guard doing that? Wild. By year 2, Simmons became an all-star, and he kept that up for 3 straight seasons. He led the league in steals in 2019 and made 2 all-defensive first teams. He even snagged an all-NBA third team spot. During that stretch, he averaged mid-teens in points with strong rebounding and assist numbers, constantly impacting the game without needing to shoot threes. Then came the decline. A back injury sidelined him for the entire 2021 season. He was traded to the Brooklyn Nets in early 2022, but never regained that early form. Over 3 seasons there, he averaged just around 6 to 7 across points, rebounds, and assists. Add in missed time, back surgery, and role confusion, and it was clear the trajectory had shifted. In 2025, he landed with the Clippers, playing 18 games and averaging just 3 points per game. Through 383 total games, Simmons averaged around 13 points, over 7 rebounds, and over 7 assists. But by the end, his near-zero three-point shooting and continued health issues left him in free agency. He went from triple-double machine and all-star starter to role player on his 3rd team in under a decade, a sharp shift from how it all began. By the way, if you guys want to subscribe, I'm going to be posting every day. Thanks. Anyways, Jeremy Lin. His story didn't follow any blueprint, Born in 1988, he dominated at Palo Alto High, went 32-1 as a senior, and still got 0 Division I scholarship offer. At Harvard, he became a star, scoring over 1,400 points, grabbing more than 400 rebounds, dishing 400 assists, and swiping 200 steals. Still, he went undrafted in 2010. Golden State picked him up, but he played just 29 games and was waived. Houston picked him up, then waived him on Christmas Day. He was nearly out of the league when the Knicks signed him. Then February 4th, 2012 happened. 25 points and 7 assists lit the fuse. Linsanity was on. He dropped over 20 points and 7 assists in 5 straight starts. During that stretch, he averaged nearly 24 points and over 9 assists. That run put him on the map. After the Knicks, Lin signed with the Rockets and averaged about 14 points and 6 assists across 2 seasons. He then played for the Lakers, Hornets, Nets, Hawks, and Raptors. Over 9 NBA seasons, he played 480 games, averaged 11.6 points, 4.3 assists, and shot over 43% from the field. In 2019, he won a title with Toronto, the first Asian American player to do so. He kept playing overseas. In the 2025 Taiwan season, he averaged nearly 20 points and won MVP. That same year, he retired after a 15-year pro career. Lin went from undrafted to global icon, champion, and international MVP. It wasn't just unusual, it was a once-in-a-generation arc that never followed the rules. Derrick Rose. His career was a whirlwind of promise, dominance, setbacks, and longevity. Drafted first overall in 2008, he won Rookie of the Year with over 16 points and 6 assists per game. Then came the explosion. By 22, he was league MVP, averaging 25 points and nearly 8 assists. While leading the Bulls to 62 wins, he became the youngest MVP in NBA history. Then came the ACL tear, first playoff game in 2012. One injury altered everything. He missed the entire next season, tried to return, played 10 games, then sat again. From 2014 through 2016, he put up decent numbers, around 17 points and 5 assists. But the burst was gone. After Chicago, Rose bounced around. New York, Cleveland, Minnesota, Detroit, and back to New York. His role shifted. He became a sixth man, a veteran presence. In that stretch, he still averaged over 17 points and 5 assists per game. Not MVP numbers, but solid production over hundreds of games. He even dropped 50 points in a Timberwolves jersey in one of the most emotional games of his career. From 2020 to 2024, Rose played fewer games. With Memphis in his final season, he appeared in 24 games and averaged 8 points. But his impact was bigger than numbers. Over 15 seasons, he scored over 12,500 points and dished out nearly 4,000 assists. The Bulls are retiring his jersey. The city never forgot. From youngest MVP to seasoned vet, Rose never quit, even when his body did. That arc, from unstoppable force to respected mentor, stands alone in NBA history. Markelle Fultz. His career started with high expectations, but turned into one of the most unpredictable journeys for a #1 pick. Drafted first overall by the 76ers in 2017, he signed his rookie deal and debuted that October with 10 points in 18 minutes. But within days, something was off. He couldn't shoot. In 4 games, he hit just 33% of his shots and didn't attempt a single three. The issue? Thoracic outlet syndrome, a rare nerve condition affecting his shoulder. At one point, he couldn't raise his shooting arm properly. He was shut down and saw multiple specialists, even had fluid drained from his shoulder. In February 2019, Philadelphia traded him to Orlando. In his debut with the Magic, he posted 12 points and 6 assists. He played 72 games in his first full season there and averaged over 12 points and 5 assists. In his most efficient year, he shot over 51% from the field while averaging 14 points. Then came the ACL tear in January 2021. He missed over a year and returned in February 2022. More injuries followed. Toe fractures, knee tendonitis, all interrupting his rhythm. In 2023, he dropped a career-high 28 points against the Clippers. But the next season, his numbers dropped again, under 8 points per game in 43 appearances. In February 2025, Sacramento signed him after losing De'Aaron Fox. Through all of it, nerve damage, ACL surgery, shifting roles, Fultz has stayed in the league, fighting to redefine his trajectory. Once seen as a franchise player, he's now a rotation piece still looking for consistency. His arc isn't typical, it's rare, disrupted, and still unfinished. Isaiah Thomas, drafted dead, last in 2011 at 60 overall. He wasn't supposed to make noise, And yet, he ended up dropping nearly 10,000 career points across 12 NBA seasons. He started with Sacramento, cracked the lineup, and by year 3, he was averaging around 20 points per game. In March 2014, he even notched a triple-double, 24 points, 11 assists, and 10 rebounds. Not bad for a 5'9" guard everyone overlooked. Then came Boston. From 2015 to 2017, he became one of the league's best scorers. He put up over 28 points per game in 2016-17, made 2 All-Star teams, and even finished 5th in MVP voting. During that Celtics stretch, he averaged nearly 25 points and 6 assists. He wasn't just good, he was carrying the team. King in the Fourth wasn't just a nickname, it was a pattern, but it didn't last. A hip injury in 2017 wrecked his momentum. He missed months, never fully healed, and couldn't keep up his previous level of play. What followed was a carousel of jerseys. Cleveland, Los Angeles, Denver, Washington, Charlotte, Dallas, and back to Los Angeles again. His scoring dipped, minutes got cut, and consistency disappeared. Still, he didn't quit. In 2025, he joined the Salt Lake City Stars in the G League and averaged over 32 points in 4 games. He played brief minutes for Phoenix again, chasing one last shot. Across 556 NBA games, he averaged 17.5 points and nearly 5 assists. From the final pick to All-NBA, then back to fighting for a roster spot. His career arc isn't typical. It's rare, explosive, and still unforgettable. Andrew Bynum, drafted 10th overall in 2005, straight out of high school. He was just 17 when he joined the Lakers. At 7 feet tall and nearly 285 pounds, expectations were high from day one. In his early seasons, he played limited minutes behind veterans, but by 2008, he was starting, contributing, and helping the Lakers win back-to-back championships in 2009 and 2010. His peak came in the 2011 season, where he averaged nearly 19 points, over 11 rebounds, and close to 2 blocks per game. That year, he made his only All-Star appearance and earned All-NBA second-team honors. But it didn't last. A dislocated knee in 2008 started a brutal pattern of injuries, from torn ligaments to recurring swelling. Bynum's knees never fully recovered. He missed chunks of multiple seasons with surgeries and rehabs that became routine. In 2012, he was traded to Philadelphia, but never played a single game due to a bone bruise sustained while bowling. The next year, he joined Cleveland, played just 24 games, then got suspended for conduct issues. Indiana signed him after that, but he only played 2 games before his knees flared up again. That was it. At just 26, his NBA career was over. Across 8 seasons, he played 418 games and averaged 11.5 points, over 7 rebounds, and more than a block per game. In the playoffs, he averaged nearly 10 points across 74 games. His rise was real, but his fall was fast. From a teenage draft pick to a 2-time champion to an early exit, Bynum's arc was defined by potential, success, and relentless injuries. Norman Powell, drafted 46th overall in 2015. He started as a second-round pickup with modest expectations. His rights were traded to Toronto on draft, and he spent his first few seasons developing behind veterans. But by 2019, he was a consistent piece of the Raptors' rotation. That season, he played 60 games, shot around 40% from deep, and won a champion. He carved out a role as a reliable 3-and-D wing who could finish in transition. In 2020, Powell's scoring jumped. He averaged around 16 points per game and then pushed near 20 the next season. His ability to attack closeouts, hit spot-up threes, and create off the dribble made him a vital part of Toronto's offense. After being traded to Portland, he kept that level, continuing to average high teens in points. Then came the Clippers. Traded in February 2022, he dropped 28 points in his debut, but fractured a sesamoid bone in his left foot not long after. Once healthy, he became a key scorer. Over 200 games, he averaged around 17 points per game with Los Angeles. In 2025, he had his best scoring season yet, over 21 points per game, starting all 60 games and shooting nearly 42% from 3. Now with Miami, Powell's averaging over 24 points, nearly 4 rebounds, and close to 3 assists per game. He's the Heat's primary scorer and playing some of the best basketball of his career. From a second-round afterthought to a champion, then a 20-plus point scorer into his 30s, Powell's arc has been all about growth, resilience, and surprising consistency. Dennis Rodman, His journey through the league was anything but normal, starting from a tiny college most fans have never heard of and somehow turning into a Hall of Famer who reshaped how rebounding and defense were understood. Coming out of southeastern Oklahoma State, he wasn't exactly a big-name prospect, but after getting picked 27th overall in the 1986 draft by Detroit, Rodman wasted no time making a name for himself. Across 14 seasons with 5 teams, he played 911 regular season games, but the numbers barely explain the story. He averaged 13.1 rebounds per game, not once or twice, but over an entire career, and even topped 18 per game during multiple seasons. That's ridiculous, especially for a 6'7" forward battling guys way bigger than him. His role on the court was clear: defend, rebound, and make life miserable for anyone trying to score. He won 5 titles, 2 with the Bad Boys Pistons, and 3 with the Bulls during their second three-peat. And despite all the noise off the court, he showed up when it counted. The man won Defensive Player of the Year twice, made 8 all-defensive teams, and was named to 2 all-NBA squads. Rodman's career was full of strange turns. Trades, controversy, and brief stops with the Lakers and Mavericks made his final years a bit chaotic, but his impact never faded. That trade from San Antonio to Chicago, it changed everything. His rebounding, his tenacity, his chaos, they all made him unforgettable. And in 2011, the Hall of Fame made it official: Anthony Bennett. His name's still mentioned every time someone talks about draft picks that didn't exactly pan out in the NBA. He was the first Canadian ever taken #1 overall, which made the moment historic. Coming out of UNLV after just 1 college season, he put up around 16 points and 8 rebounds per game. That led Cleveland to grab him first in the 2013 draft, a pick that stunned almost everyone. His rookie year was rough: 52 games, no starts, and it took 5 games just to make a field goal. He didn't hit double figures until game 34. Not ideal. Across that first season, he averaged about 4 points and 3 rebounds in under 13 minutes a night. Things didn't turn around after that. He was sent to Minnesota in the Kevin Love deal, where his minutes went up a little, but the production didn't move much. Then came Toronto, his hometown team, where he barely saw the floor. His last NBA stop was Brooklyn, and that wrapped up a 4-year, 4-team journey that totaled 151 games and career averages of around 4 points and 3 rebounds. After leaving the NBA, Bennett found more success overseas. He joined Fenerbahce in Turkey and won the EuroLeague title. He also played in Taiwan and other international leagues where his numbers improved. On top of that, he helped Canada win silver at the Pan American Games. The NBA chapter might have closed early, but his career kept going in other corners of the basketball world. Despite the early expectations, his arc became a study in how unpredictable the transition to the pros can really be. Brandon Roy, his career had everything: elite scoring, leadership, and a rise that felt unstoppable, until his knees had other plans. Coming out of Seattle and the University of Washington, Roy was picked 6th in the 2006 draft by Minnesota, but landed in Portland that same night. Right away, he looked like the franchise player. His rookie year, a breeze. He took home Rookie of the Year and averaged nearly 17 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists per game. Then came the 3-year stretch that put him among the best guards in the league. From 2007 to 2010, he made 3 straight All-Star teams and earned All-NBA honors twice. He averaged over 20 points per game in back-to-back seasons, and even dropped 26.7 per game in the 2009 playoffs. Everything was pointing toward a long, dominant career, but his knees weren't built for the long haul. With no cartilage in either one, pain and surgeries piled up. After a meniscus tear in 2010, things never got back to full strength. In 2011, he had both knees scoped and came off the bench, fighting through pain. Despite one playoff burst against Dallas, the damage was done. That December, at just 27, he retired. A year later, he tried to come back with Minnesota, but played only 5 games before his knees shut things down for good. Still, in just over 300 games, Roy averaged almost 19 points per game, made 3 All-Star teams, and landed on multiple All-NBA squads. His peak was short, but unforgettable. For many, he's the ultimate what if in modern basketball. Chandler Parsons, drafted 38th overall in 2011, he didn't waste time proving that mid-second round picks could actually ball. After 4 seasons at Florida, he landed with the Houston Rockets and immediately became a starter. His rookie year ended with all-rookie honors, and by year 2, he was dropping 15 a night with efficient shooting from deep. He even set a record with 10 threes in one half. Not bad for a guy most fans didn't see coming. After 3 strong years, Dallas swooped in with a 3-year deal worth $46 million. Houston passed, and Parsons went to Texas with rising expectation. He played well, stretching the floor, scoring in bunches, and starting consistently. But then came the injuries. A knee issue popped up, and by the end of his Mavericks run, surgeries were starting to pile up. Then Memphis gave him a $94 million deal, hoping he'd be their missing piece. But the injuries only got worse. His appearances dipped, production faded, and availability became a major problem. When he was actually on the court, he still flashed that offensive talent, but those moments got rarer every year. By 2019, Atlanta took a shot. Parsons played 5 games. That January, a drunk driver hit his car. He suffered a concussion and a torn labrum, and just like that, his NBA career was over. He announced his retirement in 2022. In 9 seasons, Parsons played 440 games and averaged nearly 13 points, 4.5 rebounds, and almost 3 assists. His story? A promising scorer, big contracts, endless injuries, and a career cut short by something no one could have predicted. Greg Oden, taken first. Overall in 2007, he was supposed to be Portland's next franchise big man. He had size, athleticism, and a dominant college year at Ohio State that made passing on Kevin Durant seem justifiable at the time. But right before his rookie season, he had microfracture surgery on his right knee and missed the entire year. That was the beginning of a long, painful pattern. When he finally debuted in 2008, he got hurt again. A foot sprain in the very first game. He had flashes like a 24-point, 15-rebound night and a game with 20 boards, but those moments were rare. A fractured left patella ended his second season. More surgeries followed, including microfracture procedures on both knees. He missed the entire 2010 season, most of 2011, and Portland eventually cut him loose. In total, Oden played 79 games for the Blazers. His averages were around 8 points, 6 rebounds, and over 1 block per game on nearly 58% shooting. Solid numbers if stretched over a full season, but his body never gave him that chance. After sitting out 2 full years, he signed with Miami in 2013. He played 23 games, mostly in a limited role. That was his last NBA action. He tried overseas ball in China, but retired in 2016 at just 28. Oden's career was only 105 total games. For a number 1 pick with elite upside, that's almost unheard of. His knees simply never held up, turning one of the most hyped careers into one of the shortest. JaVale McGee, picked 18th in 2008, he came into the league as a 7-foot project with elite athleticism and one of the longest wingspans anyone had seen at the time. He started with Washington, making noise more for dunk contests than dominance. But over time, he carved out a reputation as a rim-running big who could block shots, throw down lobs, and finish plays others wouldn't even try. His early years with the Wizards and Nuggets were packed with flashes of promise. He even made headlines by dunking 3 balls at once in the NBA dunk contest. In Denver, he had stretches of real impact, especially as a paint presence. Then came the part of his career where he actually started winning. With the Warriors, McGee fit perfectly, catching lobs from elite passers, playing under control, and becoming a real contributor. That led to 2 titles in back-to-back seasons. Then he joined the Lakers and grabbed a 3rd ring in 2020. He played a starting role during that bubble run, anchoring the defense behind LeBron and Davis. After that, he bounced around. Cleveland, Phoenix, Dallas, Sacramento, always showing up as a steady vet who knew his job. Over 16 seasons and 9 teams, he played over 900 games and averaged around 8 points, 5 boards, and more than 1 block per game. Then came the international phase. In 2025, McGee won a title in Puerto Rico, then dropped 32 points and 13 rebounds in his NBL debut in Australia. 3 NBA rings, Olympic gold, and now international success. His career's been one of adaptability, durability, and unexpected longevity. Michael Carter Williams, drafted 11th overall in 2013, he came into the league like a rocket. His debut, 22 points, 12 assists, 9 steals, and 7 rebounds, nearly a quadruple double. He went on to win Rookie of the Year, averaging over 16 points, 6 assists, and 6 rebounds per game. That season had fans thinking Philly had just found their next franchise guard. But the roller coaster started early. The 76ers traded him during his 2nd season to Milwaukee. In a new system, his scoring dipped and his shooting percentages fell. His style, long slashing guard who couldn't shoot from deep, clashed with evolving league trends. By 2016, he was with the Bulls. Then came the Hornets, then the Rockets, and that was just the start. Between 2016 and 2021, he played for 6 different teams in 6 seasons. He did find a semi-steady spot with Orlando, coming off the bench as a defense-first guard, but injuries were constant. Ankle issues, foot problems, and inconsistent availability kept him from ever regaining early momentum. Across 9 NBA seasons, he played nearly 400 games and averaged around 10 points, 4 assists, and 4 rebounds. His shooting, just over 40% from the field and 25% from 3. Tough numbers for a point guard in today's league. After a G League stint with Mexico City in 2023, he left the team. In 2024, he announced his retirement. Then, in 2025, he turned to boxing. From Rookie of the Year to journeyman to fighter, his arc might be one of the most unpredictable in modern basketball. Hassan Whiteside, drafted 33rd overall in 2010, he didn't exactly storm into the NBA. His first few years in Sacramento were forgettable, barely playing, bouncing in and out of rotations, and even out of the league entirely. But after years of working his way back through the G League and overseas, he signed with Miami in 2014, and everything changed. That first season with the Heat, 11.8 points, 10 rebounds, and 2.6 blocks per game in just under 24 minutes. Then came the leap. In 2015, he led the league in blocks with 3.7 a game. The following season, he averaged 17 points and a league-best 14.1 rebound. At his peak, he was swatting everything, crashing every board, and finishing around the rim at nearly 60%. Whiteside's best run lasted about 5 seasons with Miami. Then came the journeyman stretch. Portland got a taste in 2019, and he still averaged 15 and 13. But after that, roles shifted. Sacramento used him as a backup, and in Utah, he gave bursts of rim protection off the bench. His numbers dipped, but the defensive presence never disappeared. After 11 NBA seasons and 511 games, Whiteside retired in early 2024. Then, in classic Whiteside fashion, he unretired. By 2025, he was back, playing in Puerto Rico and then China, still putting up strong rebounding and block numbers. 12.6 points, 10.8 boards, 2.2 blocks per game. Those aren't just filler stats. That's dominance in short bursts. His arc was unusual, unpredictable, and defined by resilience. From overlooked to elite, then back again, and somehow never really out. Tyreke Evans. He entered the league as the 4th overall pick in 2009 and hit the ground like few rookies ever have. In his first season with Sacramento, he averaged over 20 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists. A rare club only a few legends had joined before him. He took home Rookie of the Year, and at that point, it looked like he was set for stardom. But his scoring dipped every year after. By year 4, he was down to around 15 a game. His all-around skills were still there, passing, rebounding, slashing. But foot injuries, knee issues, and constant lineup changes chipped away at his consistency. After 4 seasons with the Kings, he was traded to New Orleans in a 3-team deal. With the Pelicans, he had a few solid years. In 2015, he averaged over 16 points and nearly 7 assists, starting most games. But recurring knee problems derailed that momentum. He had surgery in back-to-back seasons, and by 2016, he was coming off the bench again. Then came Memphis in 2017, and suddenly, he was back. 19 points, 5 assists, and a real impact. Indiana grabbed him after that, but the injuries returned, his production dropped, and his efficiency hit career lows. Then it all stopped. In May 2019, the NBA banned him for violating the league's anti-drug policy. He was out of the league for 3 years. Reinstated in 2022, he tried to return via the G League, but was waived almost immediately. He finished his NBA career with over 15 points per game in nearly 600 games. From historic rookie numbers to a league ban and a short-lived comeback, his arc is one of the wildest of the modern era. Tracy McGrady. His career arc didn't follow the usual script. He went from raw high school talent to a 2-time scoring champ who dropped over 32 points per game in his best season. That kind of output's rare air, and he did it while also grabbing 7 boards and dishing out more than 5 assists a night in Orlando. He wasn't just lighting it up, he was doing everything. They gave him 7 All-NBA nods over 8 seasons, and he earned every one. He got drafted 9th in 1997, but his real rise came in Orlando. He took home the Most Improved Player award in 2001 and never looked back. During his peak, his offensive game had layers. Not just a shooter, but a playmaker, a rebounder, and a guy who could glide past defenders like nothing. In Houston, he kept the pressure on. Most seasons there, he was still above 20 points per game, and his efficiency stayed high. Pairing with Yao Ming gave that team serious offensive juice, but injuries started creeping in. By the end of his career, they'd taken a toll on his explosiveness and ability to carry a heavy load. He ended up bouncing around. Knicks, Pistons, Hawks, then Spurs. Even took a stint in China. No rings, no finals trips. Just a load of talent that never quite got the playoff payoff. Still, 50 playoff games and over 1,000 playoff points show he could perform when it counted. In 2017, the Hall of Fame called. Since then, he stayed visible as an analyst. His scoring, skill set, and presence all still resonate. A career, both brilliant and frustrating, in equal parts. Pablo Prigioni. His path into the NBA felt like someone sneaking into a movie after the credits had already started rolling. He was 35 when he debuted, the oldest rookie in league history. Most players at that age are either retiring or reminiscing, but he was just getting started in the United States after playing over 15 seasons in Argentina and Spain. Before that, he made waves in Europe. 4 straight EuroLeague Final Four appearances with Baskonia, a Spanish league title, multiple Spanish Cups, and a EuroLeague assist crown gave him a resume stronger than most NBA imports. He also played for Real Madrid, then circled back to Baskonia before hanging it up in 2017. On the international stage, he was part of Argentina's golden generation. He played in multiple FIBA events and helped the team win bronze at the 2008 Olympics. As a point guard, he wasn't flashy, just precise, calm, and always in control. In New York, fans embraced his style. He was a floor general, not a highlight machine. When he entered the starting lineup in March 2013, the Knicks rattled off 13 straight wins. His numbers were modest, but his presence made a difference. After leaving the court, he didn't step away from the game. He coached Baskonia, then joined Brooklyn's staff before landing with Minnesota. He stayed in the league as a respected assistant, helping design offenses and guide young guards. His entire arc stands out because it flips the script. Undrafted, late bloomer, team first playmaker, and now a coach shaping NBA strategy. Pablo's story proves that impact doesn't follow one path. Sometimes it takes the long way around. Vince Carter. His career arc wasn't just long. It was basically a basketball time machine. He entered the NBA in 1999 and didn't call it quits until 2020. That's 22 seasons across 4 decades, with over 1,500 games and more than 25,000 career points. He went from launching the Raptors into relevance to mentoring rookies who hadn't even been born when he was drafted. Early on, Carter didn't just play, he exploded. Rookie of the Year, All-Star nods, All NBA selections, and dunks that rewired the laws of physics. He put Toronto on the map and had crowds standing before he even left the floor. That 2000 slam dunk contest, still considered the gold standard, and the Olympic dunk in Sydney, people still talk about it like a basketball myth. In New Jersey, he hit his scoring peak. He racked up over 8,000 points there and broke the franchise's single-season scoring record. When they retired, his number 15 in 2025, it felt overdue. Even as his role shifted, he stayed useful, shooting from deep, playing smart, mentoring younger guys, and adapting with zero ego. He wasn't chasing stats at the end. He was giving the game everything he had left. 4 decades of relevance, nobody else has done that. He played with legends and future stars, from Michael Jordan to Trae Young. Carter's impact spanned eras, teams, roles, and styles. He was a star, a leader, winner, and eventually a Hall of Famer in 2024. There's never been a career quite like his, and there probably won't be another. If you enjoyed this, I'm going to be posting a lot here. I would greatly appreciate it if you could subscribe. Thanks for watching.